Welcome to the Bike Life podcast by Warmshowers Foundation, where we will be sharing knowledge, experience, tools, and stories of touring cyclists and hosts from around the world. I'm Tara Lee, the woman behind the scenes at Warmshowers Foundation, the leading platform for cyclists looking for hosts and to connect with a passionate international community. Find out more by visiting us at Warmshowers.org. Now, on to the show. Today's guest cycled from France to Korea to participate in the World Scout Jamboree, meeting scouts from all over the world. And right now, they are working on promoting bicycle adventure and sustainable transport with this organization. I'm really excited to have you with me, Florian. Thank you for taking time today.
Hello, Darlie. How are you?
I'm really good. I mean, we are recording this first show of 2024. So whenever someone's listening to this, we're actually recording it early in 2024. So I feel refreshed and super excited to hear about your journey.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to record this podcast with you. And it's yesterday, it was exactly the 1 year ago departure anniversary. So I'm also really happy because since yesterday, yes, we are remembering all this big travel from France to Korea. And starting the year with you, it's really good.
I like that you've just been revisiting all the memories. It's perfect time to be recalling all the emotions as we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Okay, so let's get into it. First, Florian, tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're located, and then we'll get into the trip.
So right now I live in Lyon in France, and with two friends of mine, we went to the World Scout Jamboree in Korea by bicycle. Last year we started from a little village, a little city near Paris, and so we traveled during 7 months to go to Korea in August. It was necessary to start on January the 3rd to be on time in August in Korea. And we made a travel of 15,606 kilometers precisely. And for me, it was my second big travel by bicycle. I launched this project 2 years ago because I traveled by bicycle during 1 year some years ago. It was something I wanted to do in my life. So after my first job, when I had some savings, I took a sabbatical year. And I traveled in Europe and Asia, more south of Asia. I traveled by the Balkan, by Turkey, by Iran, and then I took a plane from Dubai to Kathmandu in Nepal, and I traveled from Nepal to Southeast Asia, to Hong Kong. I was lucky to cross Myanmar, Burma at this time, which is not possible right now. And I wanted to go back on the road. I wanted to start a new journey, and a journey to give taste of adventure, because after, the COVID-19 episode, the lockdown, we were, I think, the entire planet and especially young people closed in our room, in our habitation, and I wanted to give the taste of open air outside, and when I learned that there was a scout event in South Korea, I was thinking, it can be a really great opportunity to give this taste of adventure, to communicate with a lot of young people and to promote sustainable transport, bicycle adventure especially. And the road was really interesting by this way, because it's in Europe and Asia, it was more northward. So I traveled during 1 year in the south of Asia, and right now it was the target point was a possibility, an opportunity to take the North Road, so by the antique Silk Road, for example, in Central Asia, and then Mongolia, to arrive in the Yellow Sea, and to arrive in Korea after.
I just want to say keep going. I mean, I've got lots of questions, but really good. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about, and we're going to go into the specifics, but let's go into the seed of the idea of wanting to present or share this type of mode of transportation and, as you say, like fresh air with youth. Like what was the initial starting place that made you interested in wanting to do that?
I think the first point was, I think during my childhood and when I was a teenager, I was a big fan of adventure book and this kind of book written by cycle tour, but also by Jules Verne, by Jack London, by this kind of writer, and I wanted to live this kind of adventure. And in the history, for example, history of scouting, in the old times of scouting, when the plane was not so available or was not so common, you can find some big history like that about scout leader, about rovers who made big travel to go, for example, to the first edition of the Jamboree. The Jamboree is the big meeting, international meeting of the scouts. It's like the Olympics, so it's each 4 years. And of course, before the 60s, let's say, for a lot of people, it can be a big adventure to go to the other side of the world, to participate to this kind of events.
Right.
And in France, we have the story of this writer, Guy de Largaudy, which is, the nickname is the legendary rover. And he made a big expedition, not by bicycle, but with the car, in the 30s, from France to Vietnam. He was the first to make this kind of expedition. He opened some road. And when I was searching some story like this, I found also a story of a Colombian scout leader who went to the Jamboree of Niagara-on-the-Lake by bicycle from Colombia. And it was in 1955. So it was, a long time ago. And at this time, you can think that communication were not the same. And so the story is really incredible. He crossed, war zone. He crossed. He was bitten by a snake in the Mexican desert. This story is incredible. And we were thinking with my friends that right now, the communication are really better. You can have good road from Europe to Asia everywhere. Not maybe exactly the best road that in Europe, but you can have asphalt in everywhere. And it's really possible in some months by bicycle to go to the other side of the world. And we were thinking, okay, let's do an adventure like this in these old times, like these adventurers of the first time of scouting, and by this way, let's give the taste of adventure, and let's promote sustainable transport, and the idea that when you want to move to somewhere else, for example in the scouting activities, just think that during the move you can make something else, not just bike, it's better if it's bike, but night train or something like this to visit the countries between your point of departure and your point of destination. And we wanted to promote by this way, and this is how the idea came.
Yeah. I understand. And that's wonderful. And I like the story of how someone in the 1950s did a bike trip from Colombia to Niagara on the Lake. I mean, that's a totally different time to be, doing a long tour by bike.
And if you want to know the complete story, I was searching just on internet this kind of story, and I found this old story. I found a book written in English about this story. I ordered the book in Amazon, and I read the book, and I was thinking, maybe this guy still lives in Colombia or Canada, and I found him on Facebook. And right now he's a 95 years old man, so he's really old. He is half blind, but I could contact his family. And we had a really good exchange about that, and I wanted to speak with him about our project, and he could answer some questions, and it was a really good preparation by that to see how he did that in that time, and it was really good for him to know that he can have successors right now, and some people who want to live adventure like this.
What an inspiration. And I'm sure for him that was really wonderful to hear that you were reading his story and he inspired you. So you said who was on this journey with you?
So when I had this idea, I contacted two friends of mine, which it was guys who I was their scout leader. When they were 17 years old, I started to be their scout leaders, and after I made other things, and also they made. They lived other things. They were students, and when I was thinking I need a team to do that, I wanted a team of 3 or 4 people, something like that. I was thinking it was the good number, and so I contacted Antonin in French, who was I think the most adventurous guy I had in my troop of scout, the bravest, we can say that, but also with strong personality. We had some argument before, and during some scout activity and some hike activity, and I was thinking, he's the kind of guy I can count on him, and we can argue, but we will still be friends. The adventure will be tough, and I need a guy like this. And after that, we posted a kind of advertising clip, on the social media. We made a short video, and we published this on the Facebook and Instagram, and we had some people who answered. Actually, the choice was not so difficult because we had maybe 15 people who answered to that, but most of the time, when you start chatting with them, the motivation become lower and lower, and there was just one really voluntary guy who was Pierre. We knew him from before. We are most of. We are more from the same region. He's from the neighbor city, and so Pierre joined the team, and so the Pierre and Anton are younger than me. They are 22, 23, and I wanted to find maybe a girl in the team because I was thinking the mood in the team could be different with a team of 4 with one girl. And I wanted also, because we want to promote this taste of adventure to young boys and young girls. I was thinking it can be interesting to have a girl in the team, but I didn't find a girl motivated and available. Actually, I almost find her, but too late because later I was on phone with the girl in October before the departure, and she was telling me, if you would have called me in April, I would be available. But right now, I have a job, and it was one of my regrets about building the team. But sometimes you can find everybody, and so we started by 3.
Got it. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I'm curious, I mean, I have lots of questions, but one of my, I guess one of the primary questions I have is, were you able to make an impact at the Jamboree? Like, did you speak? Like, how did you connect with the youth? And what was the result of your participation? Because the journey itself for all of you, I'm sure, was significant. And yet when you got to the destination of the Jamboree, you're carrying all this knowledge and wisdom of your journey. How did that translate to the youth that were there?
Yeah, thank you for your questions. They are really accurate. Actually, yes, we are just three of us, three crazy guys who went to Korea by bicycle, and 90.97% of people came by plane. So the impact in the just carbon footprint was actually really small, but we had the support of the World Organization of the Scout Movement, WOSM, and we could communicate on the socials of WOSM about what we did, and we had a lot of young people and the scout leaders who were sending us some message, who asked us some question. And when we arrived in the event on August the 2nd, so it was the second day of the event, we were welcomed by a lot of people, and by the people from the World Scout Committee, from the World Scout organization, and also from the French delegation, of course. And the first day was really crazy for us because it was the end, it was the achievement. And 2 hours after our arrival, we made the first conference in the SDG village. So the SDG Ban Ki-moon village. SDG is a Sustainable Development Goal. So it's a space in the event where organized a lot of conference about the SDG and about how we can improve sustainability of our activity. So it was an honor for us to open the village by our conference. In the afternoon, Ban Ki-moon, the former General Secretary of United Nations, was making the official inauguration. So we spoke just before him. It was a great honor about that. Later, during the afternoon, we met also Bear Grylls, the famous adventurer, who is ambassador of scouting. And so when we met him, he told us, congratulations, guy, it's a great achievement. And to have the congratulation of Bear Grylls. It's something for us. And and during the Jamboree after, we had our own exhibition with the banner you can see
Yes.
in my back, and some pictures. We prepared that, and we had our own space, and we had a lot of kids who came to discover our project, our journey, and who asked a lot of questions, and who said, yes, I want to do that. I want to do that for the next event. I want to do that for my next camp, my next scout activities. And right now we are still working on that, and this is the important point. The journey, the trip itself was just the beginning. Because, for example, the next World Scout Jamboree is in Poland in 2027. So there is a lot of things we can do with that. And for us from France, it's not the goal is not to go to Poland by bicycle, because it's, I can say, easy for me.
Right.
To
it's
go
not an adventure. It's just a little trip. Yeah.
It's kind of little trip for me to go from France by bicycle just to cross Germany. But we can really have a lot of scout units, scout leaders, kids who can cross Europe by bicycle to go to the World Scout Jamboree in Gdańsk in Poland, near the Baltic Sea. I think we can have also a lot of delegation who can go with a night train, for example, or by sailing. A Sea Scout from Finland, from Sweden can do that also. And we don't know exactly how we will be involved in that, but we will work on that with the Polish organization. And right now we are working on our movie and our book. And of course, in 2024 and 2025, we will organize some screenings, some conference. So we will speak to a lot of kids, a lot of scout groups, and we will promote this kind of adventure on bike touring and sustainable transportation by this way. So yes, I think we will have a huge impact. But on the long term, we will work after that, not just on the Jamboree, but after that to promote this kind of travel.
I mean, Florian, not only are you going to have long-term impact, but I am convinced that the youth that got to experience what you did and be a part of it, that you have made massive change. It's rare for youth to see individuals not only working on something that's adventurous and good for you and healthy, but to focus on the transportational piece, the environmental piece. It's really powerful, and I'm super impressed at what you're doing. And I can just say with certainty that there are many, many youth that are going to be on bicycles doing things, maybe not even right now or not next year, but in their life when they're our age, remembering what you taught them, right? You're planting seeds of change in so many people. And I'm super grateful for the work that you're doing, because we know how important it is to expose new ideas to youth at a young age, right? We want them to have the opportunity to explore other ways of transportation. And let me just say, I'm in my mind picturing you making this journey from January to August, arriving in August, to delegations, to celebrations, meeting people, and getting to speak at about the same time as, the head of the United Nations, and working on these sustainable development goals. What an accomplishment. I mean, really quite amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you, we continue to.
Yes, and we would love to continue to support you when your film comes out and your books. Please keep us posted. We'll put any way. I'm assuming people can follow you on social media now.
Yes. So you can follow us on every social. The address is the same for every social. So Instagram, Facebook. TikTok, also Polar Step. I think a lot of people who follow Warmshowers know Polar Step, and YouTube also. So the name is La Cyclodyssée. So
It's right behind you. It's right behind you on the poster.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So
we'll
in
put
just
the links.
one word, okay. So La Cyclodyssée, it's a play on word with bicycle and Odyssey. We keep the la to make the French thing, and yes, right now we are working on the movie, on the book, and we hope to have that in French and English, and we will organize some screenings. I'm sure in different cities of Europe and maybe elsewhere. We don't know. We hope.
Yes, keep us posted, please. And we'll put all of those links, direct links, in the show notes of this podcast. So if you're listening just by voice, check the notes. And if you're on YouTube, hello, check the comments, and we'll make sure to give you all of the links. And Florian, thank you so much, not only for being on the show, but for the great work that you're doing. And keep us posted at Warm Showers, and we'll continue to keep everybody updated on your journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Evelyn.
Thank you for being here. And for those of you watching or listening, whatever platform you're finding us, we would love for you to say hello, give us a comment and a rating and review, so we can make sure that more people can learn about not only what we do at Warm Showers, but the cycle touring industry altogether. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the show as much as we enjoyed making it. Wherever you are listening, please leave us a rating and a review, as it helps us reach more cyclists and hosts around the world. Visit us at Warmshowers.org to become a part of our community, or on Instagram at Warmshowers_org. If you would like to be a guest on the show or submit a question, please make sure to email us at podcast@warmshowers.org.